What is going on, guys? Sumi here with Team Basani. Today's April 9th, 2026. It's a Thursday, and we're back with another market update. Today is reality check day, as that's what I would call it. Yesterday, we celebrated the ceasefire. Dow was up 1,300. Today, Iran says the ceasefire is already violated. Netanyahu saying there is no stopping the bombs in Lebanon. This is crazy. Oil bounced right back to $100, and the Fed minutes showed that policymakers are leaning towards hike. Software stocks got obliterated. Cloudflare down 14%, Fastly down 13%, but somehow the S&P managed to stay green for the 7th straight session. I'm going to explain why that happened here in a second. It's a messy tape, but let's break it down. So, first and foremost, the ceasefire is already cracking in less than 24 hours. I think that this is normal with ceasefires, though. I think that people that understand markets know that if you're going to have a ceasefire, it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to work in the first day. And there's probably going to be some issues and kinks that need to be worked out. Iran's parliament speaker, I don't know how to say his name, Kalabaf, said the ceasefire is unreasonable and accused the U.S. of violating 3 of Iran's 10 conditions. Iran's new supreme leader posted on X, we definitely won't let criminal aggressors who attacked our country go unpunished. Trump responded by saying all U.S. ships, aircraft, military personnel will remain in place in Iran. And Vance basically said that it's a fragile truce yesterday. Today proved him right. However, Israel agreed to direct talks with Lebanon. That's a positive sign, and that's a broader de-escalation. There's de-escalation going on. So the ceasefire is holding on paper, but the rhetoric from Tehran is ugly, and that's exactly what we were warned about yesterday. 2 weeks, tissue paper thin. Okay, wet tissue paper, if you will. Oil bounced back to 100. Let's talk about it. WTI jumped 6% back to 127 this morning. International Brent rose 3 to 4% back near 98, almost breaking 100. Yesterday's oil crashed $20 to 94. Today it bounced $6 up. So the market is starting to realize, even with the ceasefire, Iran is still controlling the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran is not fully opening it, and ships are not flowing freely, and the supply disruption continues even during the pause. So oil crashed yesterday and it's bouncing back today. Tells you one thing: the market is not confident about the ceasefire. We are not confident that the market is going to hold. Even though this looks wonderful right here, this chart looks great, it's still in a danger zone. So Fed minutes from March 18th meeting is hawkish. Released this afternoon, policymakers are now more inclined towards rate hikes. They fear the ongoing war could trigger inflation as oil prices remain elevated. This is the opposite of what the ceasefire was supposed to deliver. Even with the ceasefire, the Fed is still looking at elevated energy costs and sticky inflation, saying that we might need to tighten. So the Fed minutes are a cold shower for anyone who thought the ceasefire would be everything. Rate hikes are on the table, not cuts, hikes, okay? Understand that. PCE inflation, we have some data coming out tomorrow, but we had PCE come out today. For February, it came out at 3%, matched expectations. This is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. The February data doesn't capture the full spike. War started on February 28th. So March and April readings will be a little worse. Jobless claims came in above expectations. Labor market showing some cracks. And tomorrow's March CPI is going to be a big one. I think it's not going to be good. If it's hot, rate hike talks are going to intensify further. Let's talk about SPY and QQQ, okay? Let's break it down. So we closed out down about 3%, giving back a chunk yesterday. So SPY in the beginning of the day was kind of running up and ran down, but we had a massive bull run that happened here. And this happened because Trump said to Netanyahu to chill out a little bit. He also said something about low-key hit, and then Netanyahu basically said, we're not giving up, we're not going to stop, but this ran up all the way to 680, 681. I was in QQQ, this ran up to 610. Pretty much traded the same. You really don't see a difference here, but market pumped a lot. We had a 7-point run, which is really, really good. So that was really nice, to see that. Now, when it comes to the Mag 7, let's talk about America's Sweetheart. Amazon really doing the best. Amazon secured exclusive live coverage of the Masters Golf Tournament on Prime Video. Opening rounds April 10th and 11th with Amen Corner and featured group. So it's a big deal for a premium sports portfolio. Moves beyond the NFL to a high net worth golf demographic. Amazon's looking good. Amazon held very, very well. Microsoft, not doing well. Okay, Microsoft opened up here and it kind of ended there, and Microsoft had a big run on today, primarily due to Anthropic. Anthropic is releasing something called agentic AIs that they manage themselves, and this allows you to have an agent that runs itself, but the danger really comes down to when you can create an agent to create another agent, and you got 1,000 agents, and you have 1,000 AI agents. So this can be really, really crazy at scale. ran up with the bull run, but went down, ran up, but still not doing crazy. Okay, we see the open here at 372.50. We see the close here right around 373. So Microsoft did not really do anything at all. Nvidia also pretty similar. Did not do crazy, although it did run up. We have a little bit of a gap here in Nvidia, ran up a couple of points, but at the end of the day, did not run up as much as other stocks did. Now, other stocks, let's talk about Apple here. Apple had a really clean day, was selling off in the beginning, ran up. Tesla, very similar, did not do that much. Tesla stayed pretty flat, but Meta also did a little bit here. The biggest gainer of the day was really Amazon. Amazon did very good. And Apple also did pretty good as well. But for the rest of the Mag 7, we really did not see a change, and things did not really do well for them. So talk about a couple other stocks that had a little bit of a difficulty today. Cloudflare took a hit today. Look at this over here, down about 14% in the beginning of the day. Recovered a little bit, but not doing very well. Fastly, let's talk about Fastly here. Down as well, getting destroyed. Software is not doing good. Anthropic is coming in hot, you know? So I want to just caution everybody that's going into software, just not looking very good. Atlassian down as well. Software just getting killed. And this is the AI eater, okay? Right now, AI is just destroying everything, and I would worry about AI. Now, let's talk about FedEx, okay? I want to talk about FedEx here for a second. So I know some people like to trade FedEx. FedEx is not doing too much, but there's something that you have to be aware of. FedEx and Airline Pilots Association have reached a tentative agreement ending a 5-year labor dispute. 40% hourly wage increase in 2026, and then a 3% annual raise through 2030. So up to $150,000 in retroactive pay for senior captains. So this is a massive cost increase, but provides operational stability ahead for FedEx Freight spinoff. This is a massive cost increase, but provides operational stability ahead for FedEx Freight spinoff. UPS also settling with pilots. Let's look at UPS stock here. Also having a little bit of a good day here. And this is more prominent with UPS here. But they also settle with pilots. The whole logistics sector is repricing labor highs. So higher pilot pay means higher shipping costs, which is passed on to consumers. So inflation pipeline keeps basically building. But long story short, right? We have a lot of companies actually running up with the news of the ceasefire. I want to talk about Delta. Delta had a little bit of a push here today, kind of tapering off in the afternoon, but reported earnings today after a 12% pop. Airlines are the most direct beneficiary of low oil and also the most direct victim of higher oil. So with oil bouncing back to 100, I think the airline cost is going to look uncertain. So we're going to watch this very closely. But for tomorrow, my top watch is 8:30 a.m. March CPI, probably the most important data point for the week. If inflation is running hot, above 3.5 to 4%, rate hike talk goes from whisper to a shout, and things are really going to be serious. So the market could sell off hard. If it comes in cool, the rally can extend, right? Preliminary April Michigan consumer sentiment. Now, I'm not a big fan of this, but this is the first read of how consumers feel post ceasefire. So has sentiment improved, or are people still feeling the pain of the pump? Good to look at. Oil, something that's very important. Oil factors into everything. Above 100. Does it stabilize here? Does it keep climbing? Does it go to 120? It was at 117 very recently. This determines whether the ceasefire rally has legs or it's just going to end. So the ceasefire, let's talk about this. Every hour that passes without breakdown is good. This is actually good. We're slowing down, but Iran's rhetoric is very ugly. Israel also very ugly. Any headline about violations or collapse could reverse everything. We could go back down to dark zones on pretty much every single stock out there. So if we have a ceasefire, things are good. Market's going to pump. I think we can get above 680, maybe even get up to 690. But if there is any instability, which there probably can be, we're going to run down. Now, in the beginning of a ceasefire, we're probably going to have a little bit of a hiccup here and there. That's very normal. The one thing I am bearish about are software stocks. There's a lot of sell-off happening, and I'll be very careful. I honestly am going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right now. I think Microsoft is going to start to kind of be over. If Cloud and Anthropic can really start pushing this out and things start becoming really good for them, software is going to take a major hit. Today was another bull run. We went up higher and things are looking good. But tomorrow, CPI day, March inflation data, if it's hot, we could run back down. A lot of people are in puts for tomorrow. So ODTA traders like myself, I love CPI because they give me a lot of good setups. So I'm going to be making a lot of money. So if you're not involved, subscribe, hit that bell notification, check out my YouTube videos, Discord link in my description. I will see you guys tomorrow, but it's going to be a wacky, wacky Friday. I'm excited for this. Probably going to sell off Fridays. We have a lot of sell off, so we'll see what happens. But if you're not trading with me, you're going to miss out on all the gains. And I want to see you there. I want you to not trade alone. I want you to make some money with me. So check me out. Peace.